What is up? My name is Lloyd, and this is the Middle Card, which are my takes on the world of professional wrestling and all of its ins and outs. Let's go.
Round 1. Fight.
These are my WWE Survivor Series 2022 with the introduction of War Games predictions. I haven't run the gauntlet yet on any pay-per-view. Can I get them all right? I don't know. There's only 5 matches, but War Games matches take a very, very long time, and that's why, even so, these aren't easy to pick, man. 4 out of 5 of these are just pick'ems. Either way, let's just get into it. First up, we have AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. Okay, so the story that we're being told here is that Judgment Day has the advantage because they have Rhea Ripley, and of course, as those are men on the other side, none of them are going to actually attack Rhea. That's the advantage that they had, the Rhea Ripley factor, the Rhea factor, whatever you want to call it. This is why the club introduces Mia Yim, to even things up. So I think you have to kind of tell the story that all things being equal, level playing field, AJ is going to win this match because now things are even. And then later on, because this is not going to be over, we're probably going to be telling the story of who cheats best will win the day. All that being said, I'm going with AJ Styles. So moving on. Next up, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, we have Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi. I don't think there's any way that Shotzi's gonna win this match. Not a chance in hell, because I think what we're leading to is Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, which is what we all want, which is what we wanted last year, and I think Triple H is going to give that to us. So Ronda's going to remain champion. I think Shotzi's probably going to give a good showing that'll probably elevate her, because Ronda's really good in the ring. So I think this is going to do a lot for Shotzi. However, there's no way that Shotzi is beating Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I hope I don't live to regret that, but there's no way that Shotzi is beating Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship at this point in time. There will be a moral victory, but Ronda Rousey is getting that victory. Next up, for the United States Championship, we have Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins. Now, I don't think we're given credit for how important this match is. Why this match is important is because the United States title is going to be featured on TV on a regular basis in a premier role. It's probably going to be the main event in a lot of spots because the Universal Heavyweight Championship is not being defended on TV. And you know what? To make TV compelling, it's important to have title matches. It just absolutely is. Number 1 contenders matches, title matches. They are important. That being said, with Seth Rollins holding the United States Championship, that's the title that's going to be elevated into that premier role. And for those points alone, I have to go with Seth Rollins as the winner of this match. I like what they're doing with Theory. I think he's headed in the right direction now that he's this more serious, less focus on social media and greasing himself up and flexing. Probably does it for the gram, but on TV, I like the direction that he's headed in. Bobby Lashley, I don't think he really needs the United States Championship at this point in time. I think he's headed into that monster role and just decimating people, and I'm good with that. So you can leave Bobby alone. He doesn't have to have the championship. If you want to put him in Roman's path, find a way to get him there. I'm great with that too. All that being said, United States Champion will be Seth Rollins at the end of the night. Moving on. Next up, it's the Women's War Games match where we have Bayley, Io Sky Shirai, Dakota Kai, Crazy Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley versus the team of Bianca Belair, Asuka, Mia Yim, Alexa Bliss, and introduced to the team, Becky Lynch. So it's going to be very hard for me to pick against Bianca's team with the returning Becky Lynch. However, as where I think we're going is Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, and we're trying to get to that feud. For that reason alone, I think I have to go with Bayley's team. I think it's time for Bianca to lose the title. I don't know if it will possibly be to Bayley, because Bayley's had a bunch of chances, or if it'll be to Rhea Ripley, who it seems like they're keeping them apart from each other because they want to tell that story. Either way, I think Bayley's team is going to be the one to win this match. I am so not sure, but that's what I'm going with. 10 toes down on this. So moving on. In the main event, the Men's War Games match, we have the Brawling Brutes, led by Sheamus, featuring Pete Dunne and Rich Holland, with Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre versus the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn. Now, I would be lying to you if I said that I felt confident about any prediction that I was about to make, because I have absolutely zero clue what is going to happen in this match. And that is the best type of professional wrestling, when I have zero clue what is going to happen, because there are so many storylines that are in play here. We have the Sami Zayn and the Bloodline, and Jey Uso not trusting Sami Zayn. So is this going to be the point in time where the Bloodline turns on Sami? Is this that point? You have his friendship with Kevin Owens, or this connection, or whatever you want to call it. And then at the same time, I see Kevin Owens, he comes out by himself, and then I see the rest of the team, the Brawling Brutes and Drew McIntyre, come out together, and then I say to myself, you know what? What if it's a double turn? And what if Kevin Owens turns on his team and he and Sami are in the Bloodline, or he turns on his team and they turn on Sami, and Sami becomes the babyface and KO becomes the heel with the Bloodline? There's so many things at play here. All that being said, while the Bloodline must eventually go down, I do not think that this is the point at which they go down, and that's what it's being built as, taking the Bloodline down. For all that being said, this is why I'm going to go with the Bloodline. I think Sami is finally going to do something to really integrate himself into the Bloodline. I don't know if that means that's going to put Jey Uso on the outs with the Bloodline. I don't see how, seeing as how he's the Universal Tag Team Champion along with his brother Jimmy. But I'm going with the Bloodline. Going with the Bloodline. What else can I say? And man, that's it. Survivor Series War Games should be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions or my analysis of what's going on, and if you have any differing thoughts. Hey, we're all just fans and we're all just telling stories here, or just trying to follow along at least. All that being said, that's it from me. Let's go.